Hey, yo. What it do? It is number 4. Let's get it done. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for joining. This is the live stream feedback session, and we're going to get down. We have 15 tracks that have been submitted, and I'm happy that you guys have submitted your tracks tonight. I'm going to give feedback using some meters here just to measure loudness and width, and we're going to go over all the tracks and just see what's good and see if there's any bangers here. So first, we're going to get into error code submission. Now, we had 2 people submit 2 tracks, so we're just going to use their most recent track. Otherwise, we're going to basically start with the first one that was the only submission from error code. And it looks like it's going to be actually like a collab. We'll see. So it looks like Waveform, Error Code, Rhythm Bros. Welcome. Let's get it. Sorry. That was all the tracks at once. With their color base, though. Check. Give it up.
I like my dance techno party. Yeah? Drop it.
Damn. Let's go. I mean, what can I say? Beautiful. Jesus, that was amazing. The energy is just so high, so heavy. If you guys saw, the lefts were hitting like negative 1.3. Lefts were extremely loud. But while being extremely loud, it's extremely clean. And then if you see Ozone, the vector scope, it's very wide. Like, just check out this width real quick. Spread. Ooh, spread throughout. And then you see everything. The kick and our sub is in the middle. That's how we want it to be. This is very good. Call and response is amazing. The switch up in the middle is amazing. That color base is my favorite part. It's crazy how you made the color base just heavy, because I haven't heard that much. And I mean, you got to do that more. That's awesome. There's not much to say bad. Everything's really good. You guys need to collab more, obviously, and keep killing it. Error code, waveform, Rhythm Bros. Shout out. You guys keep on just pumping out those bangers, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hit me up in the Discord. Send me more music. I'd love to hear it. This is literally something that I would play out live. I'm pretty sure the sub is good. I would just make sure you do a sub test. Make sure that the sub is good. Everything seems fine, but yes. Thank you for submitting. That was amazing. Gosh. I love starting it off heavy. Next, we're going to go with Gutter Master Stream Spring Street Music. I'm not too sure if that is that should be your artist name, Spring Street. Gutter Master Stream. Let's run it. Oh my gosh. I need some lights. I need some strobe lights and lasers going on, because this is just a vibe. Let's go. Wow. Nice. Dope, man. That's what I'm talking about. This is solid, honestly. During the drop, I mean, during the buildup of the first drop, I had to make sure that I had to like pump up the volume. So we definitely need to make this a little bit louder. During the drop, it's about -5 LUFS. So you really want to try to get around like -3 LUFS at least for this specific genre, this type of music. During the drop over here, you can hear that the way it's mixed, there's kind of lacking some sounds in the space, because when we get to this section with all the chords, all the super saws, everything sounds full, and all the frequencies are playing. And this is really what we want it to sound like in the beginning of the drop as well. So I will try to work on that. Just make sure all your mids, of course your lows are filled out first with your sub, then your mids are filled out, mid highs, and then your highs, and of course super highs if you want to, and make sure everything's clean. And with this specific mix, it's already super loud, so when you start going louder, it may start to distort. And I just want to make sure that you are careful with your compression. Start with mixing loud first so that you can get everything loud, and then you can add minimal compression and mastering at the end, especially for this type of music. Can definitely do that. During this section, these type of, because we're playing the drop, right? The drop's playing, but then we do like this phone filter, auto filter, and this is good, right? Because when we bring back the drop, it adds a lot of impact, great for dynamics. But in this specific instance, it's just too long. The energy is very high right here. We basically kill the energy by lowering all the frequencies, and it goes on just for a little bit too long. So I would try to shorten these when you do them. I would basically just go half on this one specifically, but that will help that a lot. And otherwise, it's good. The call and response is good. You kind of switch to like Jersey Club type of kicks, Jersey Club kicks over here. And honestly, throughout this whole second drop, there's a lot of noises going on. You want to mess with silence a lot more, just like you were in the beginning of the drop with these filters and stuff. Mess with your dynamics so that all these super loud frequencies aren't blasting up all the time. You definitely want to see a little bit of silence peaks through here, kind of like these. So just make sure you mess with those, and this track is going to be leveled up significantly. Otherwise, it sounds really good. It's heavy, good vibes. I like it. Good job, man. Awesome. So next we're going to get on to Exotic, Sun Crush. Last submission was pretty fire from him, so let's run it, Exotic. Nice. Very clean. Always good. Honestly, the mixing is amazing every single time. The loudness was appropriate for this type of song. You know, I know most people in the chat are like super tear out people and stuff, and I know this isn't like heavy tear out like we love all the time, but it doesn't always have to be, right? We're really listening to how it was mixed and how he used the frequency spectrum, his lows, mids, and highs, and how he used the stereo field and the dynamics as well, from going to super loud to quiet. These are very important things that he did very well in this song. And this is a feel-good song, right? You close your eyes and it makes you feel super good. And I really respect that. Music is subjective, so you may not like this type of music, but I love this type of music. It's awesome. I think you did very good. And I really know you're a good producer. So you just keep on, you know, getting inspired, getting creative, and make whatever you want when you get into that flow state, because you're making some good stuff. Everything was wide, everything was loud, mixed very good. Not much feedback to give. Honestly, this isn't like, there was a lot of different call and response during it, so I didn't get bored, right? If I was like listening to the same thing over and over again, I would tell you to add some more stuff, but you gradually changed things throughout the song. It made sense. Everything was in key, and it's a vibe. So good job, man. That's what I'm talking about. Keep killing it. Keep running it. Okay, that was awesome. Let's go back to the beginning. I downloaded 2 other tracks that we can put in here real quick, actually. And then we'll get on to the next one. Okay. Already getting lost. All these submissions. All right, so Gutter Master, that was Spring Street. No, wait, I'm sorry. That was Exotic, Sun Crush. Good job, Exotic. That was amazing. Next, we have Mipsy. Actually, no, Mipsy submitted a second one, so we're using his other one. We'll wait for that one. And then we have Arlex, Fucked Up. Yeah, run it.
Your audience must be impressed, or you're wasting your breath.
The cycle of life and death.
Arlex. Or Fucked Up. Run it. Nice.
For your audience must be impressed, or you're wasting your breath.
The cycle of life and death.
wasting your breath.
Hey. Hey, good job. Nice. Very nice to hear some heaviness in this track right now. This is great. During the first drop, though, I noticed something as soon as it dropped. It's basically like too mono. You know, we kind of want to add some more width to some of the basses. You can use the Haas effect, or what I like to do is layer the bass with itself, but make that second one EQ'd differently, and just make it all wide, and you can really spread out that layer so that you can have, you know, both layers in parallel. That'll be good for the first drop. During the second drop, you actually added a different bass that kind of fixed that issue that we're talking about right now. But during the second drop, the same bass is kind of playing over and over again. It's like drun, 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 drun. Drun, 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 drun. So with that bass, basically, it could play halfway through the drop, but then you can start changing the rate, maybe make it go a little faster, or even slow it down, and kind of just switch back and forth with the rate to kind of, you know, change up the intensity and make it interesting. Also, I think you could use like a quarter note chug, like a nice growl bass on every quarter note, like rough, 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 just to add an extra oomph to each headbang and step there. That'll be cool. The breakdowns and stuff are really nice, mixed really well. Everything is pretty loud. It could be a tiny bit louder, but I mean, I think it's fine. And during the build-up, there are some things that you want to fix. You just want to use like heavier drums, add some more intensity. You really want this build-up intensity to match the intensity of the drop, because it's intense and you want it to definitely match that. And also you want to make sure that you clean things up. Like, for example, during the pre-drop, you could remove like some of the back atmospheres just to make sure this is super clean and almost silent in the background before the drop comes. Doesn't always have to be like that, but that helps a lot to make this even more impactful during the drop. But yeah, you can listen here. So that get fucked up. Basically, you kind of want that to be, you know, almost silent. There's a lot of stuff playing with it. So kind of just clean that up. But otherwise, man, this is good. Keep on producing. The timing was good. I like the switch ups over here in the second drop. So it sounds cool. Good job, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That was Arlex. I hope I'm saying that right. If not, I'm sorry. Or Relix. I'm sorry. Fucked up. That's what we do, man. We get fucked up. Next, Narshred. Gambler. Let's get this, man.
Play Russian roulette. I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
Narshred.
Who wants to play Russian roulette? I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
Yeah. Ooh, that was Narshred, Gambler. That was pretty dope, man. Yeah, definitely gave me a lot of Subtronics vibe. It honestly gave me like 82% Subtronic vibe. And then like it gave me some like UKF dubstep vibes, like old school vibes just for a couple seconds. I like it. I really like hearing different stuff. And it's more like a melodic type of heavy dubstep, which is already super sick. As mentioned in the chat, there could be definitely use of more fills, you know. Fills are what really add energy throughout this drop when we're just playing a lot of basses and a lot of, you know, adding dynamics is helping a lot, you know. Adding fills right before main sections will help you out a lot. With the song, it looks like we're definitely loud enough, which is good, and wide enough most of the time. There are some basses during the drop that are significantly more mono than the other basses. So I would definitely use an imager like this just to look at how the basses play.
I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
And a lot of this space, all this left and right, you can fill it out, you know? It doesn't hurt to fill it out. If you think of like an orchestra, right? All the way to the left, all the way to the right, they fill out this, you know, field, and we want to also fill it out as well. So you don't be scared to spread things all the way to the left, all the way to the right, 50-50. You can run it with some layers, you know, add layers of that width to what you already have. That's what you want to do. But this is sounding dope. Intro's good, energy's good. The build, there's not really much of a build up, which is kind of weird. You kind of just throw us into the drop, which could work, but I mean, when we're DJing these live, that could become a problem. If I was to, like, let's say, have a bunch of different tracks and this was a song that was in it, because it doesn't have such a significant build that builds a lot of energy, there's a good chance that I wouldn't put it in my set. So I would just look out for that. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just things to keep in mind, right? You want to make sure that these are DJ friendly and easy to build energy. We want to make people dance all the time, so that's the goal. Otherwise, good job, Narshred. I'm liking your music, liking your vibes. Music theory is on point. Keep killing it. Next, we have Submission by Drew. Complete trash. Actually, next should be Forget You. I don't know why it's not in here. Next is Drew. We're going to make sure we get this real quick and put it in. Forget You. Was this already uploaded? I think this was already submitted. That's why it didn't get downloaded. But I'm assuming you have a new version, a new one. So we'll do that. Next time, just, you don't have to submit the same track. You can make new tracks, you know, or finish the track. I would recommend finishing it. You know, when you get to the point where you're really good, you can literally finish tracks in 3 hours. So just keep on thugging, keep on practicing, and you'll get to the point where you're killing it. Me personally, it could take me like 8 hours, or it could take me 3 days, or it could take me 3 weeks. I'm not at like the Muerte point where he can just make songs in a couple hours, super easy, off the rip, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so next is going to be I Am Dead, Forget You. Let's get it done. Let's don't get it done. Let's get it.
I can hardly breathe, and I can hardly see, but I can't forget you. No, I can't forget you. I can hardly breathe, and I can hardly see, but I can't forget you. No, I can't forget you. I can hardly breathe, and I can hardly see, but I can't forget you. No, I can't forget you.
And then that is the second build to nothing, but that is all good. That is, am I dead? Or, yeah, am I dead? Am I dead? Forget you. Okay, cool. Now, I want to go back to this real quick just to listen to these sussies. Okay, cool. So, I mean, this is pretty decent, right? You have a good drop, you have a good idea, locked down. The energy is high. It's not the highest that it can go. And what you can do to increase the energy is start gradually pitching up these sustains. Throughout this whole drop, the sustains are basically going at the same pitch. But if you start raising them like, it adds a lot of energy. And then after that pitch, you add a dope fill and use those dynamics to start adding even more energy and intensity. And that will really improve this drop. And then on the second drop, you can use those same techniques and you can basically make a different sustain or take out the sustain altogether and just make a heavy quarter note chug and a whole skip-it-a-loo chop bass. But that's basically what you should do. You have good vocals, good intro, you have a good idea. I would definitely keep working on this, get it finished. You can use transposition automation in the clip, or you can use pitch bend automation with Serum or whatever synth you're using to pitch it up. But otherwise, good job. That's what I'm talking about. Next, we have Complete Trash by Drew. I mean, it might be not complete trash. Let's see right now.
Turn up the beat. Turn up the beat.
Hey.
Turn up the beat. Turn up the beat. Lock and load.
Switch.
Hey, that was Complete Trash by Drew. Okay, very nice. Now, there are some things that I want to critique first off. And the first thing I want to critique is just the volume of like the intro. I mean, it honestly sounds like we're like missing frequencies. And you may have done that on purpose, but if you did, just make sure we don't do that for too long because I mean, it kind of just sounds like you need more. And during the build-up, you can, start to introduce those frequencies back, start adding more energy. You can even start raising the volume with automation and just start using different techniques to start building up that energy right before the drop. You have a nice heavy drop, which is cool. In this song specifically, though, the sub is like too loud and the sub is overtaking the mix. And all of our mids and high frequencies start to sound almost hidden behind everything. And that's a problem. You want to make sure that you turn that sub down and then you can just turn everything all up together with glue compressors or multi-band compression. And you can start using techniques like that to make things loud and heavy and clean at the same time. You can also automate the on and off of your compressor so that you can make the intro louder than the drop, and you can use different techniques like that to help you out. But otherwise, good job, man. Keep on making these songs. I really like the vibes. Like I really wanted to dance. I just felt like I was at a cool atmospheric bar vibe, jungle vibe. So I really like what you're going with here. So keep doing it. It's dope. Next, we have X-Tum, Val Ruff, WIP. What you know about it? Let's go, X-Tum. Let's get it. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Give it up for X-Tum, a Vow Rough. That's what I'm talking about. Got some sick metal vibes. Dope drop. It's really good use of dynamics. You have awesome fills. Oh my god, they were so glitchy and trippy and robotic-y and futuristic, and I just love them. Honestly, I would like to like remix this almost. This is so sick. The intro, the metal vibes is amazing. The drums though, very simple, almost too simple. What I would do honestly is look at the Akuma Revolution Disciple breakdown and see how she used Contact to actually make her own drum kit and start using the double bass drum, because you need some double bass drum to match your amazing metal guitar riffs, and you know, just start going crazy with those kicks and crazy with the rides, and you should have fun with it. I'm gonna start having fun with it soon, and I'm gonna start making videos on that also because it's gonna help everyone. But I would get on that right away. Your music sounds sick. It's loud enough, like -1 left, -2 lefts. It's wide enough. Everything was super wide. The only critique that I need to give you in the drop is that the clap, the 3, where we hit our headbang, right? The snare clap is almost too, it's not too quiet, but there's not enough like space. You can add a reverb on every other one with like a very large decay time, and it go like, and we want that like huge. We want to create huge space because there's so much energy in that drop. You kind of want to have that snare match the space and energy and intensity of the drop, and that's an easy way to do that. So like the first snare can be dry, second snare can be wet, or you can, you know, do parallel processing and add some wetness on all of the snares. Experiment with both, and it's going to add a lot more energy and intensity to the drop. I recommend the hybrid reverb or the Valhalla room, of course. Good job, man. That's amazing. So dope, so heavy. I love to hear it. Good submission. Up next, we got Scarpi. It's so lovely. Experimental WIP. Let's run it right now. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's go. Oh, it is so lovely. That's what I'm talking about. I love to hear it, honestly. The progression of the chords and just the feelings that I got was amazing. When the first drop hit, I swear, like the reverb that's being used and just the space that it's put in, it like brought me back to like these old memories that I used to have. And I have no idea how you unlock that, but that's good. Keep it like that. That's amazing. It's amazing that music can do this. During the build-up, though, you can add a riser, add something building in tension, a bass riser, a regular riser, like. We want to add more intensity during this build-up so it matches that amazing drop. And if you're looking at the intro and the drop, you can see that we do have a problem with it being too mono. It's too in the middle. We really want to fill out that stereo image and start adding things to the left and right. And you can use the Haas effect. You can layer it with itself, and you can use all kinds of different techniques, like with the chorus, or even some reverbs have the ability to spread out the stereo signal. So you can use that, but check out the mono right now. If you see, every clap is a little bit wider. So just, you can add another synth. You can duplicate the vocal and make that wide as well with itself. And just make sure you keep the mono signal and add a wide signal to get the cleanliness results. Otherwise, this is dope. Good job. I would say finish this, upload it, let people enjoy your music. All you guys start uploading your music more. It's good. Share it to the world. There's no need to hide it. Next, submission. Good job, Scarpi. Next, we have Sabertooth. My dog. Still need a name help, please. Oh God, someone name me. Work in progress. Unwinky smiley, unsmiley. All right. That's a perfect name. That's a perfect vibe. Sabertooth, let's see what you got going on. In a 3, in a 2, in a 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh my God. Oh, damn. Holy shit. Let's fucking go. Good job, Sabertooth. That is what I like to hear. That is the heaviness that is awesome. And that was sick. Sorry, that was the rain that I was hearing. Okay. So, first off, you're super improving during your drops, man. The flow during this drop was sick. The like different breaks that you have, like the fake build, like the second build during the drop is really dope. Honestly, I would name this song The Kraken and just go crazy and just make some crazy pre-drop and just make it go hard. The sustain section is just intense, man. Like the chug that happens like during the sustain, it's just crazy energy and man, just throwing in machine guns everywhere. The flow's nice. There's a lot going on, but you were able to make it work, which is good. In the second drop, though, it kind of sounds like you're just throwing basses all over the place a little bit more than the first drop. So I would kind of structure it more like the first drop, but I'm sure you're still working on this, so no big deal. But one major thing that I wanted you to do is definitely drop it right here. So after the build up, it's amazing. Little fake drop right here, but this goes on for too long and like I lose the energy. I just want it to drop like right here. I know in context, because we only listened to the last two bars, it didn't sound like it should have started right there, but if you listen to the full build-up, it will be perfect if you just switch it like right there. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. Check it out. Otherwise, good job, man. You are killing it. It's definitely loud enough, definitely wide enough, and it's what I like to see. Definitely make it unique, right? This is like another tear out song, but if you add a sick pre-drop that says The Kraken or just something crazy, whatever you want, it'll make it unique. Add some album art. Make this your art because it is your art. So just make something unique, you know? Think everything's getting all heavy metal, death step, all these evil album arts and stuff. So just start to think outside the box. And that goes for all of you. Let's run it. Next, we have Mipsy with Shark Love Bass. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Next, Mipsy, Shark Love Bass. And this should be a little bit Shrekky, a little bit bassy. But only time will tell if those are the traits that come with the song.
You know what? Maybe there's a good reason donkeys shouldn't talk.
I don't get it, Shrek. Why don't you just pull some of that ogre stuff on him? You know, throttle him, lay siege to his fortress, grind his bones to make your bread. You know the whole ogre trip.
Oh, I know what. Maybe I could have decapitated an entire village and put their heads on a pike, got a knife, cut open their spleen and drink their fluids. Does that sound good to you?
No, not really, no.
For your information, there's a lot more to ogres than people think.
Example?
Example? Okay,
You just pull some of that ogre stuff on him. You know, throttle him, lay siege to his fortress.
Oh my gosh, what the?
okay,
You just pull some of that ogre stuff on him. You know, throttle him, lay siege to his fortress.
Okay, I just had to loop that. We had to get another one in there. Mipsy, who hurt you over there? Come on. Finish this song. Finish all your songs. Only thing that I would really recommend during like this little bit of piece that you gave us is really to make that sub fatter. Make that sub, you know, live by itself with from 0 to 100. That's where the sub lives by itself, not with any other things. And don't be scared to make it loud and proud. You can actually add some distortion on there, make it fat. As long as it sounds good, it usually is good, but you want to make sure that it's not overpowering your high frequencies. I don't think it will, because as you heard, your high frequencies are extremely loud, extremely just well up in the mix. So you shouldn't have an issue, but I recommend getting your sub fatter. And then during these sections, like when you're breaking it with the vocal, like half it, because it's just a little too long. You just want to keep that energy. You don't want to break the energy. Like I keep mentioning, when we're dancing in the festivals at the club, you want to make sure that you don't break the energy for too long. You want to be very perfect and balanced with those energy breaks. But Mipsy, good job. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Keep on going. I mean, you already know the vocals and the creativity with the samples is just the best. So keep doing that. Next, in the submission, we have Hyperinvasion, Pacemaker. Wait, it says... One second, where is the Pacemaker? Interesting. I guess it didn't download. Maybe same issue? It should work. Yeah, we're good. Sorry about that, Hyperinvasion. We'll get you in here right now with an easy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6, 7, 8. Let's go. Hyperinvasion, Pacemaker. Let's get it.
Slow it down.
Epic, huh? Ooh. That dissonant jumping in the background. Ooh, it's so creepy. Yet epic. Nice. That was Hyperinvasion, Pacemaker, number 4. Maybe the 4 is supposed to be in there. Maybe it's not. But it's okay if we don't know that or not. We are just listening to this song. This is pretty decent, honestly. Very loud. Honestly, a little bit too loud. Okay. I don't want to say it hurt my ears, but it was kind of ear piercing during some sections. You have to be careful when you're layering and making things really loud and not, maintaining the frequencies. There's this thing called the Fletcher-Munson curve that you can look up, and you can even get like a EQ8 setting for it or a Pro Q setting. And it's an easy thing to just turn down all the ear piercing frequencies all at once. Or you can just take out the 1000 hertz range, look around that range, and start carving out frequencies so that you can start cleaning up your sounds. Because when you add them all together, it gets really loud, especially with this music. And that's a common issue that a lot of us have. So you want to basically look into that and make sure that all your frequencies are clean. Also, during the first drop, we're kind of just thrown into the first drop, and we really would benefit with more of a call and response structure and utilizing silence within the songs. So let's listen.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right, cool. So basically right here, this is our pre-drop, and the bass is like, you're kind of teasing us with the bass during this section. But what I do, and what you could do, is you can actually resample all of it and tease the bass throughout the whole build-up. But during this section, we want to kind of leave this almost open and silent just for the pre-drop and maybe a couple other low volume effects in the background, just so that as soon as this drop hits, it's very loud and it doesn't sound like what just came before it. It's basically a trick that, that's the trick of the pre-drop with dance music. So utilize it. It's very important. But when this drop starts, we're kind of just thrown into like the riff of it. So what you want to do is you want to call and response. So what I usually do is like a growl, like raw, ch, then a sound, and then this would start. So bra chop, dun 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 dun, and kind of like go back and forth with your basses, because we can all basically tell that it's just one bass playing at one time. You want to make these things talk to each other so that we can't tell what's happening. We want to get lost in this music, and those are easy tricks to actually start doing it. Watch my videos if you want to learn about more call and response and sound design. The sound design is pretty good too. You could definitely make your sub a little bit beefier. I would recommend pedal on Ableton or just saturators to add a little bit more distortion with the sub. That'll really feel good. But make sure you don't lose all your low end. Make sure you keep your low end, but add some distortion as well. And that'll be good. Otherwise, your intros are cinematic, epic, and dope. I really like that. I really like the vibes that you're going with. Just make sure that you organize your drop. Mess with silence. You can cut some spaces out and use silence to add easy fills in between your sounds, and it'll add more intensity throughout the drop. So that'll be good. Otherwise, good job, man. This is what I'm talking about. I like to see the dubstep being made. Next, we got Norseman, and this is by Tang. Let's get it. Tang, dude. Dang. That was so sick. So clean, honestly. Super loud, super heavy. Gosh, I love it. So, honestly, only critique really was I love this funk like section, super dope, but like it's like off time and just like kind of thrown in there. So, fix up the timing of this. Make sure that you don't just lose the energy after this amazing drop. You want to keep the energy and then transition perfectly into the next section. But super creative. I love those vibes. Very heavy. The flow is really good, and the sub is so fat and distorted, and really, I could just imagine it in the club, and it's really good. So it's awesome, man. Good flow. I definitely would make sure that you don't just abruptly end the song like this. Just because it sounds crazy, but also you want to make sure it's friendly for DJs to, play your songs. You can transition in and out. Otherwise, dude, this is good. Right away from the start, you could tell it's a banger. Loud enough, wide enough. Tang, hit me up. You're a boss. And definitely send more music. We can collab if you want. That was amazing. Yes. Next, we're going to get in to Attica, Phobia. Is it not downloaded? What? Let's double check here. Tear out WIP. Wow, lots of submissions this week. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I don't even know how many submissions there's been right now, but we're going to figure out later. But we're going to throw this in real quick. Attica's up next. And Merkins. Sorry. Phobia. Merkins. That's correct. Okay, great. Attica, Merkins, Phobia. Let's run this. Let's go. Hold up. Ooh, give it up. Attica, Merkins. With the phobia. Damn. That was heavy, man. Good energy. Good vibes the whole way out. Definitely loud enough. Definitely wide enough. Which is definitely good. The snare, as mentioned, could be a little bit changed. Honestly, the reason why the snare, it just sounds like common. Like the sample, like I've heard it so many times. And like the pan snare section, like the tonal part of the snare is sounding lower in volume compared to like that dry, tight snare. So definitely group them together, add a glue compressor, compress those together, and make that into one snare, and pump it up in volume, and that'll be dope. It'll help a lot. But otherwise, very good flow. You can tell there's good call and response going on here, and the sub matched with these guns are really good as well. I like it a lot. Very creative. I would add some more vocals in the intro and the build up to create more energy, to create more tension. That helps a lot. Plus it just makes the song more unique, and it's fun to mess with like acapellas. You could just take out a phrase, like 8 bars, 16 bars, and just mess with that. Lower it in pitch, and then use those words to create a new song. But good job. Definitely keep submitting. You guys are killing it. That's what I like to hear, honestly. Some tear out bangas. Next, we got the Tear Out Work in Progress by JWags54. Or just Wags, sorry. Wags, Tear Out, Work in Progress. Run it. Hey. That was Wags. Tear Out. Work in progress number 2. That's how we get down. I really like the vibes. Super nice melodic vibes in the intro. Really good energy in the build up. Very good song arrangement as well. From going low volume to higher volume, it's a great use of just dynamics throughout the whole song, which is just awesome. During the drop, lots of good sound design, lots of good basses, but we need to make sure that we're not playing everything at once and also using call and response so that we make this super high energy. Because after the pre-drop, we kind of just go straight into the riff. But what we want to do is kind of make there to be an action right here, something going crazy. Then you can have a little section, maybe a little glitch or something, or like a silence. And then you hit them with the main riff and all that intense sounds. Also, during the second drop as well, we have the same issue, but the melodic sounds, there's like an ARP playing in the background. You can, play that halfway through the drop if you want to, and kind of switch it up and start adding that in different sections. You kind of want to do that with all your basses. Start adding them in different sections, removing them in different sections, just so that they play around with each other. Call and response is important, and I think that if you utilize it in this song, it would be just so much heavier, and it'd be really, really, really good. And last thing that I want to make sure that you do is just make sure that your sub is separated from everything, 100 hertz and below, and then just make sure it's loud and beefed up and is balanced with all the other loud sounds in your mix, because right now it's hidden behind everything and not as powerful as it should be. This is bass music. Get your sub bass fat. If you need help with that, my videos will help you with that. Hit me up in the Discord. People will help you with that as well. But good job. That's what I like to hear, Wags. Keep on making bangers and keep flexing that music theory muscle. Next, we got Trajestra. Oh, by JLS. Let's get it. Negative 11. Ooh. Whoa. Amazing. Gosh. Music really does make me happy. It really does, honestly. It just feels so good. And this song is no exception. Trajestra. I don't know what that means, but dang, I like that title. So, if you can see these crazy notes that I wrote here, there's only minor details that I think should be fixed. Well, actually, this louder saws I think is kind of like a main detail because they sound so good. They just sound low in the mix, kind of low volume. Or if you turn them up and you don't like the way it sounds, you could just use an EQ to like boost up the high frequencies or the mid frequencies and see what sounds good. But just boost up some frequencies so that we can hear more of this saw. This song. But just make sure it's balanced. You know, all of this is about balance. Make sure it's not too loud, not too soft. Right now it's a little too low volume. This I just think this could be fatter. You could start layering this with like more drums and start utilizing sidechain with these kicks too to start just adding some more pump motion. Experiment with the sidechain on and off in these fast sections, but that'll help add some sick intensity, especially with like this dubstep, this cool melodic dubstep, future bassy type stuff. Man, we're just really entering the future, man. We're blending everything. Amazing. This section, awesome. Your triplet saws. Sick drum break. The tempo change. This is the only section that I don't really like is because sick build up, dope energy, but then all of a sudden it just completely switches. But it's not too smooth. I don't know if you did a tempo change. If you did, I would refrain against that. But if you didn't, then I would just make sure that the timing is set up so that, you know, we keep dancing. If you're going to go straight into like a 4 to the floor kick, which is what you did here, like house style or whatever, just make sure that it flows well between the drop and that. Otherwise, good job. Really good vibes. Flexing your melodic muscles, I see. And adding sick dubstep to go with it. I love to hear it. Next, we have Extronics, the boss, the Don, submitting the underworld. Let's get it. Extronics.
Listener's discretion advised. The sounds that you're about to hear are very loud and heavy.
Oh
These
god.
sounds are brought to you by Extra.
My ears. Oh my god, that was crazy. Good job. Good job, Extronics. This is good. You know, you say you don't know how you feel about this song. but I would, to be honest, I would agree. It's not as heavy. You can tell that the energy level is just not. You've set the bar very high, and you've reached energy levels that are just maximum overdrive. And for this, to meet those levels that you're trying to meet, you really want to clean up the scream with the basses that are playing, because all of it's playing at once. It sounds very muffled and almost too much. You really want to start cleaning things up. That's one of the hardest parts to do, right? With this extremely loud bass music, is to figure out how to clean it perfectly, but you're smart enough to figure it out. I know you can. The whole scream during the drop, it plays for a long time, and it keeps playing through this. I would recommend cutting the scream and letting it breathe a little bit, opening up some space so that these machine gun basses can be loud and upfront in the mix. You really want to mess with bringing things up in front of the mix, because the scream is taking out a lot. That vocal is covering a lot of frequencies, so just make sure that you're careful with that. Otherwise, it's good energy. The build-up's really good. Nice sound design. Very creative. You could probably work on the call and response a little bit more at the beginning. I think just a nice fake out like the second drop would be perfect, because the second drop fake out just really added the energy and just brought you into a nice fat build. So I would definitely replicate that for the first drop. But otherwise, man, very good, very loud, very wide. Don't think this is bad, because it's not. You're a champion. It's just, we set the bars high for ourselves, but you're good. Be humble once in a while. You're killing it. Let's go with Le Reptile and Reales, Dubstep Demons. Okay, let's get it.
Are you ready to jam? Come on! Come on!
Hey. Nice. Le Reptile and Reales Dubstep Demons. Good submission. I like to hear it. Honestly, the drop, though, it sounds kind of like the drums are louder and mixed louder than everything else. So I would try to fix that right away. The main basses just don't sound loud enough. Use compressors, use OTT multiband compression to make things louder, and start cleaning things up after you start bringing them louder in the mix. If you listen to like the break and the build up, you can hear more high frequencies and more mids compared to the drop. And that's how you can tell that we're missing some frequencies You definitely want to fill those out. Just make sure that it's mixed well. It looks like the actual song was at about -6 during the drop, which could be louder. You know, I would try to push like -4 LUFS, even -3. You could try to hit with this type of song. You could really push it. You have that energy and intensity to do so. Otherwise, the song arrangement is good. The timing seems good. The vibes are awesome. I would.
Are you ready to jam?
I would just utilize more silence during the, like, you could even cut out a little bit of silence right in the middle of your build-up, just to start adding these extra fills and extra tension breaks. You can do that during the build-up and also during the drop. That'll help a lot. But otherwise, this is good. Definitely work on those things. And I also wanted to show you in this section, this is a part where it kind of sounds like we're missing some high frequencies. So just double check all your basses, make sure they're all balanced with each other. Use imagers and LUF meters to meter and monitor everything. You'll be good to go. Definitely. Nice. Awesome. So real quick, we're an hour 40 into this. I'm going to take a real quick restroom break and I'll be right back. 1 second. Me back. He's still here. I didn't mention this, but before the stream, I took 300 milligrams of edibles and 2 bong grips, a lot of water. But you know, that's just how we get down. All right. So next we got Vandals and Strokzu featuring Katie Sky, Sleepwalking, in Sticks remix. We got to get it all perfect. This is the new submission during the stream. All of these next submissions were during the stream, and I appreciate that. I hope you guys join the Discord and start submitting more and join the community. But let's see what is going on. Let's go.
Tongue-tied, I'm so tired. Burnt out, forget why. There goes another sleepless night. This pain can't contain my overthinking. Breathe all this out and chance my soul sinking. All I ever wanted was something to live for. And now I'm closing every door. I'll live it if I just survive, but they tell me to keep running. Does it have to be ride or die? No, I don't wanna keep sleepwalking.
Okay.
I don't wanna keep sleepwalking.
Hey. A Sleepwalking remix by Instix. Shout out. Good submission. Good remix. This is what I like to hear. Very good flow. Nice sound design. Very good energy in the build up and the drop. There are some critiques that I want to give, but first off, I just want to say that this was definitely loud enough and wide enough, which is great and what we want to hit. During the first drop, though, we are playing a lot of the basses over and over and over again, and in the second drop, it's honestly fixed. You really do good with the call and response and switching it up. So I would just try to mimic what you're doing in that second drop, in the first drop. That'll help significantly. Like this section, dun, 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 dun. You can start changing the rates, make it go slower, faster, and make it more interesting for the ear. Also, one huge thing that I need, because I'm sorry, but sleepwalking is said a lot in this. And personally, I've heard this song a lot. I've heard sleepwalking a lot. And the last thing I want to do is hear it over and over and over again, even more. So get creative. Hopefully you can find a little piece of the section where it's just her vocal and you can pitch it down, go down an octave, -12 semitones, or even a fifth, -7 semitones, and start layering it with itself, add effects, and start making it different so sleepwalking doesn't sound the same. It was probably said like 12 times within 1 minute in this section, and that's just an issue to me. I mean, someone who's never heard sleepwalking, but to all the DJs, we've heard the song a lot. So yeah, definitely when you're building it up with the sleepwalking vocal, you want to change it up sometimes and make it unique, make it fresh. Otherwise, this is a good song. Very good flow, heavy drop. I like the energy, song arrangements, very good. And yeah, just keep making bangers, man. This is what I like to hear. Very small critiques, but you're killing it. Next, we have Darkme Grit. I'm not too sure exactly how to say it, but let's get it.
Come again one more time. I come again one more.
Hey. That was Darkme Grit version 1. And that was pretty nice, pretty wavy. Definitely a vibe, something that I can do some psychedelics to or something, honestly. To me, honestly, it's low energy because it's not really like dance music. You know, this isn't something that you play in the club and gets people like moving and dancing all over the place. So, in that respect, it's not high energy, but it's a very good vibe. I would recommend it to get louder. It's like at -8. You can get it at like -5. Get this a little louder and fatter. You definitely have enough headroom to do so if you wanted to. But it's very cool idea. It's a very cool idea. Nice and wavy. Towards the end, it gets really empty with these drums. Kind of starts to feel like an old trap song, like 2013, 2015, like trap EDM song, and just sounds old. So I'll just kind of, mix it up. Maybe add a synth or something cool. Keep the waviness, but otherwise good. I like to hear it. Next, we have the overhead work in progress. And this is from Ubit. Let's get it with the overhead. Nice. Cool. That was Ubit with Overhead. I like it. Nice sound design. Honestly, very good sound design. Cool flow. Unique flow. Some problems that I have with it, though, is that the first bass, kind of like the main bass, is just too mono. It's too in the middle. You can definitely layer it with itself with a wide layer and, kind of create some parallel processing and make it even wider. You can look at the vector scope here. See, your phase bass is really wide. The other one's not. We really want to fill out the stereo image so that it doesn't seem like we're missing space. Definitely, we can get creative with, leaving out stereo imaging. And that's what you're doing in those fill sections. It goes from like super intensity to like nothing, and it's actually working really well. So I would keep doing that. It sounds cool, very unique. Looks like it was loud enough as well, so I would just keep making. Definitely finish it. It was short, only like 1:30, so finish it out. Maybe add some vocals, some low pitched vocals, and that would really make it cool and unique. And you can even name the song with the vocals. Do some acapellas. But good job, Ubit. That's what I'm talking about. Nice submission. Next we have Exposed Savah. How do you say this? Savah version 6. believe 100 of you came for this stream. 108. Crazy. Let's go. Let's go. Oh damn. $120 BPM, gang. Let's get it. Oh my god, that was so freaking beautiful. The chord progression at the end was, God, it's just, perfect. Good job, man. Very high level, super well mixed, super heavy. There's not much I can say bad about this because it's pretty sick, and this is something that I would play live. Energy super high. The feelings that you get from the intro and of course the outro just make you want to listen over and over and over again, combined with a sick heavy drop. As you guys hear, like, you can even see all the different dynamics that are going on. When we're switching between super loud sounds and having these sick fills, it helps a lot with the energy, and that's something that I recommend everyone start doing more. This is good exposed. I'm super glad that you submitted. Hit me up in the Discord if you want to chat. Send me some more tracks. We can collab if you want to, man. This was fire. This is what I like to hear. Super loud, super wide, just like we need it. Killing it, bro. Run it. Next, we have Hyper Armor, Counting Up. Last submission of the night. You guys have been great. It's been 2 hours, the longest and the most people that have viewed the stream. Let's run it with the last track. Okay, let's get it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blaze the hot. Act to sound like Kevin. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mamone, at the cow. Come and get some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blaze the hot. Act to sound like Kevin. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mamone, at the cow. Come and get some.
This dummy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
The mono master race. Oh gosh. Ooh. Let's go. Hyper armor with counting up. We counted up to like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That shit was wompy, dog. Hyper armor. Good job. It could be a little louder. I think we were like -7, like peaking. I would try to get it to like -5, you know. And then as you mentioned, brother, this is the mono master race. That thing was completely in the middle. Let's check it out for the one time. So let's just get that mono master race into a stereo field. It's just sounds so much better when we can spread out our frequencies. The stereo field is like more like a globe, right? Up and down is amplitude, volume. Left and right is panning. And the width is the reverb. So create your space, create your atmosphere and spherical globe of musical amazingness. That was dope though. Good job, man. Very wonky, and I like the vibes. Brought me back to my old school nostalgic days. Music's awesome. Definitely keep killing it. Keep running it. You guys have been awesome. This stream has been great. 111 of you have came for the 2 hours and 7 minutes that we have been recording. And to the 11 of you that are here right now, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are loyal and awesome. You can submit new tracks for next week's feedback session on Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hit me up in the Discord if you have any questions on anything. I'm making new videos. A new Muerte video is coming out tomorrow. And I just released a new flip. Everything's in the description. You guys are awesome. Have a good night. Stay fresh. Peace out.